Oh, hey! It is Andrew Mai here from the Man Cave, here to recap this incredible series that we've shot over these last few months with Caveboy X, all about social connections and the relationships that we have in our life. And so we've got some of the creators and some of the support that we've had to make this series here on the couch. And first off, I'll kick it over to Callum.
Hi, Callum, producer, director of content here at the Man Cave. Woo!
Yep. And
King of
handsomeness.
Can
No, that woo is staying. That woo is 100%.
We need to get rid of that woo. That was...
She's a woo girl.
She is a woo girl. And on the next part of the couch here, we also got Pappy.
Hey everyone, I'm Pappy. If you've seen the clips on social media, I've been the one going into the platform and posting them. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Talk about the bare minimum.
Wow. We'll talk about banter a little bit later in this episode, and that's a key example of some of it going into play here as well. And so with that being said, that's a perfect segue for our first episode that we shot in this series, which was around relationships. And so we're going to play a little clip just to send you back into the past for what it was like.
Guys, 2-minute noodle video, the wizard.
Yo, Goodsy!
Yo, my guy.
What's going on, bro?
You well? You well?
I'm good, man. Dude, I was so late. I missed the bus, but I knew
Yeah.
you'd be at the box,
yeah,
man.
Waiting for Jimmy as always. I don't know
Dude.
where he is.
Classic. While Jimmy's not here, man, I just
Yeah.
want to say, last week, dude, you were helping me out with stuff going at home, and I just want to say, you're sick. Thank you. You're a ledge.
Are you sick?
No, I'm saying you're sick because you helped me out.
You're not dying or anything?
No, I'm not dying. I'm saying I was like,
Why are you being so weird?
why I mean so. What's
Did
weird?
you? Do you watch the game at least?
Yeah, dude. How about that last score? Wizard kicking it in, casting spells. That's what I'm talking about. Spellcaster. You shall not pass. You shall not pass. You ain't scoring goals here. You know what I'm talking about. You ain't scoring anything.
He's a forward though. He kicks goals.
Yeah, but he gets it from people.
And then he kicks goals. But
And he kicks
people
goals as he
look
casts the
for
spells.
backs,
Yeah, because he scores so much they can't pass.
Yeah.
So if anyone watching that video, especially that scene, and is feeling the cringe and awkwardness through the screen, it was felt when we were shooting that.
What was cringy about that?
There's one thing that's really good about you, Andrew, and it's like talking absolute shit. And
Yeah.
you're really good at it.
When I think about that episode in particular of like, you know, me opening up to Goodsy and like, you know, those awkward moments, which recaps the first episode, which is about us thinking about the relationships that we have in our life and how we can strengthen them. And so I'm like curious for you guys, has there been someone in your life that you felt like your connection has grown stronger over the years or has become closer or you've noticed that relationship grow?
Yeah, for me, like my little brother Liam would be on that list. Recently, and actually because of these videos, we've started to reconnect a little bit more, especially the glass jar video when I share my journey 2 years ago when our grandmother passed away. But it's been a really beautiful reconnection because what's come from this is that he started to create his own content and talk about his mental health journey since he was 7. And I've just been really pushing him to do more and more content. He's released like 4 videos. So it's a bit of a big brother, little brother proud moment for me. I'm glad that my example of sharing my story has encouraged him to do the same.
For me, I'd probably say my mate Stu. I have never been someone who's enjoyed doing physical exercise, and last year I started going to the gym for the first time, and I've been going with my mate Stu. We've been really good mates for 12 years, and yeah, it feels like our relationship and our friendship has really grown. Getting to learn from him in terms of making my body stronger, feel stronger, has been really, really special.
Have you let these people know like the impact of this change or the growing of your relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from sharing my brother's stories, I think I've posted like 3 times on my socials being like, I'm so proud of you. This man's incredible. Yeah, and even last time we spoke on the phone when we FaceTimed, I just let him know how proud I was of him, especially from the point of view of how far he's come. I think it's incredible. I feel like a proud dad, but I'm not his dad because that would be weird. I'm his brother, and yes,
Proud brother, dad, friend.
dad, brother.
Dad, brother.
Yes, let's move on.
It's like father.
Please move on.
Please move on.
Woo!
I have let Stu know that. And if I haven't said it to you lately, Stu, I love working out with you, and thanks for always helping me with those final couple of reps as well. Because when I'm on my own, I can't do as many. And I love you, mate.
How wholesome
That's
and good is that?
cute.
And so, yeah, this episode was all about like building stronger connections, right? Thinking about the relationships that we have in our life, the people in our circles, I mean, the people that surround us, the qualities that we feel that support us or encourage us or help us feel connected, and actually just letting them know, which is, you know, very much what our second episode was about. This was probably like the most fun episode that Cal and I shot. It was just like us at Cal's house, just us two in his kitchen and in his home.
Improv, all improv, by the way. This was
All-
I don't know if you probably could tell that, but all improv. It was the best. I don't think we could ever do that again, even if we tried.
Yeah. I don't even remember what was said.
Nope.
But that's a perfect example. Tell me if you've got a friend like this in your life.
This is really hard for me to say because I haven't really told anyone.
What?
I just want to tell you something.
Go
Is that
for
cool?
it, man. Yeah, tell me
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I'm feeling pretty lost.
You want to watch Lost?
So kind of like the characters in Lost. I'm feeling like emotionally like lost. Like I'm feeling like the characters, they're lost on the island.
You want to go to an island?
No, man, I've been feeling really anxious actually.
Hey, you know what I've been trying recently? If you feel anxious, you just tell yourself you're not. So it's like, I'm not anxious, I'm stoked. Bada bing, bada boom. Living, man, living. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah. So just let me.
So, dude, so sorry.
Sorry. Just let me get it out, and I
haven't been listening.
Hey, just listen. So I've been eating really well. I've been exercising every day. I feel like I'm doing all the right things, but I'm still feeling really anxious.
Did this happen in Lost?
No. The best way to describe it feels like the walls are caving in as if I'm in a really small box.
Oh man. Do you remember before school in the morning, what's in the box? Hey, what's in the box? In the box.
In the box.
So what's in your box today?
Yeah. I remember
Box
that.
breathing.
Yeah.
That's what's in the box. That's where you should begin. Box breathing is when you hold a box and you breathe into it.
I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how you do it. I don't know what I should do. Man, I'm feeling really.
Solid talk. I think this is great. I gotta go now, but I'll see you later.
That was such a fun episode to shoot, but also a perfect example of what can be a pain in the ass when you're trying to talk to a mate.
I reckon there was stages where I actually was probably getting annoyed because you were talking over me so much.
As funny as that is, that's probably like an example of some of the conversations I would have with my mates, like growing up, where it feels like I was trying to open up about something, but we just sort of like fall into some shit talking or some banter and actually not get to the point. And this was actually the episode where we shared the lead framework.
Yeah, for me, the lead framework is, we know particularly for like young men, like listening to or supporting our mates when they're going through a tough time can be a challenge, particularly if you've never been shown how or never had it role modeled to you. So this little tool that we share with the boys and shared in this video, is a way to a little process that you can go through if you are in the situation where a friend is going through a hard time and they want to open up and share that with you. This can just provide a little framework to be able to support them. So L for listen, E for empathize, A for ask questions, and D for do. What actions are you going to take?
Yeah.
I was literally thinking about this last night. I was having a conversation with a friend, and I reckon if I was to play that back, I would have ticked every box. And sometimes it doesn't go in that order, but the more you do it, the more you it just becomes second nature. So it might feel a bit clunky at the start, but
For sure.
Get those reps in.
Yeah. It's like when I'm having a conversation now, I'm not going in my head. Am I listening? Am I empathizing?
Yeah.
Am I asking? Am I doing something? I think it's very much just like when I play a video game, things become natural and I get better at it. I'm not thinking about pressing X, A, dodge, these sort of things. They just come like as a reflex, you know, and it becomes a little bit more natural.
See, when I was growing up, the E, empathize, was probably the only thing I did. And so I just kind of freaked out anytime I was having those conversations. So I'm like, I really feel you, but I don't know how to deal with this emotion or what kind of conversation have or take action or, and then just kind of stonewall and just stare off into space.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially in the beginning, right? When you're doing these things. And I got asked once, it's like, what if you don't connect with like the story? Because sometimes a friend might share something that we may not have experienced. But what I've begun to see is that like underneath the stories that we share, there's a common emotion we all experience underneath that. So if someone's sharing something that's hard in their life, maybe it's feelings of anger or sadness or grief. And so empathy is actually about connecting to the emotion underneath the story. Great if we can also relate to the story, that builds even more empathy. But on a baseline, we can always connect with the emotion. And the first thing that we can do to be able to connect with emotion is to listen. The more we listen, the more we understand their story, the more we can hear the emotion underneath that's there, so that we can empathize. And from that, we can ask questions. Maybe it's, what do you need? Or what was that like? You know, I don't understand this. Can you tell me more? It's showing that curiosity over judgment or freezing that can help a person open up a little bit more, feel supported in that journey, and doing something or just doing what you can. Maybe that's a text message later on. Maybe that's just like a follow-up or another check-in, or just letting them know that you're here. Doing something or doing what you can is just like a simple way that we can like begin that journey that's there as well.
Nice. What's next, Andrew?
What's next?
What other videos do we make? Hey, what other videos?
Next.
What other video? What do you know what it is?
Oh God. This next episode, we actually got to invite quite a few facilitators on the couch here with us to talk about like moments of banter. And obviously we all know each other pretty well. And so there's a lot of playful banter that we can share. But I feel like having like a simple phrase or something that you can say to be like, you know, if when I had mates growing up, I'd be like, hey, too far.
Yeah.
But just finding that sort of easeful way to introduce something that all friends can say. Because let's be honest, I'm pretty sure all of us and many people watching have had banter go too far. And there's probably moments where we want to say that's too far or out of bounds. And the truth is like banter happens. These things occur. We take a joke.
Love banter.
For sure. I think it's like how we build relationships.
Absolutely.
And connection, but it's understanding those boundaries.
I feel like banter's earned. It's like when you've developed like a strong friendship with someone, that's when you can kind of test when things are going too far. And for example, if there's someone that you haven't really built a strong relationship with, or you've just got to know them, then maybe the banter that you would have with your closer friends wouldn't work. And that could be offensive, or that could really hurt them because you don't know what their line is. And I think figuring out your line with your mates is the best thing to do.
And hey, when it crosses that line, that's a rock that gets dropped into our glass jar.
Play the video.
Boys, it's been a close game. And you're on the GC, huh? Oh no! Is it happening again, guys? Is it happening, please? Let's go, boys. Come on, right there towards the end. Yes. The cats have done it again, boys. Meow, meow. Oh! Suck it. Oh, come on, mate. It's just a bit of sport.
I don't know if you can tell, but you probably can with that close up of me when you suck it.
Suck it.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh. You're such a pest.
That's like my
It's the
favorite.
popcorn throw for me. But
Yeah. You know, that comes from personal experience from all the footy games I've watched, you know. And
all the footy that you love and watch.
I think that clip is just like, you know, a small example. Alongside banter, when it gets pushed through a boundary, it can add like a rock into our jar. And for here at the Man Cave, we have an analogy around the glass jar. The glass jar is this thing that we hold inside of us, and when challenging experience or things that make us feel overwhelmed or having difficulty with, that's a rock that goes into that jar. And obviously those things can build up over time. And in that video, there's definitely a lot of little rocks that my character apparently just like is just like pestering you in your life.
Like that last bit though,
Mm.
and I'm really curious, Chad, like how you felt about the transition from pretty funny low bar skits to then me sharing what I shared at the very end. There's parts of me that feels like I didn't quite nail it, some of the messaging that I didn't get quite right, but I'm proud that I did it because it was the first time publicly sharing my story, a bit of my story. And from that period of time, as I expressed, I wasn't really talking to anyone how I was actually feeling, how I was actually going, what was actually going on. And I had so many people come out of the work being like, oh, Cal, like, thanks so much for sharing this. Like, I had no idea. And it just kind of goes to show that all these people, you know, if I actually said something, would have been there for me. And it was a nice reminder when all those people started to message me and say, like, I hope you're doing better now. And then even some people even shared their own story with me, which was really beautiful. Yeah, so it was a really special video.
Why do you think it, because the response we got from that video was, and I'm imagining like screenshots of some of the replies popping up on the screen here, but yeah, the response we got to that video was quite amazing. Why do we think it resonated with people?
It takes courage to share a story like that. And it reminded a lot of people that they're not alone in their felt experience, because a lot of us do go through breakups. A lot of us do go through grief and losing a loved one. And the more we talk about it, the less we feel alone. And that's why I think people resonate with it in that way. I'm just really glad it reached people and people got it. And, you know, like I was saying earlier, my little brother started creating content because of it. And there are a lot of people that I haven't heard from in a while, especially like old high school mates, because I spoke about them in my video, and it was kind of a sweet moment. A lot of them reached out. And we've now since had a conversation. So even just personally for me, it's been really healing. Yeah.
How awesome is that, right? Like when our glass jar is feeling full, like I know some of the ways that I take some of those rocks out is by talking about it. And I think like what I'm hearing from you is just like how amazing it is that you spoke about it, released some of your rocks, but also inspired others to do the same. Or even through you releasing your rock, you helped other people release their rock too.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about it, right? Is and I only realized this afterwards, after it actually went out live. Once it went live, the process of actually sharing my story was actually taking some of those rocks out, which is kind of a bit of a meta thing, really. When you think about it, it's like me talking about taking my rocks out was actually me taking my rocks out, for then people to see me taking my rocks out in a video for them to take their rocks out. It's just like everyone's just taking rocks out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I love the sort of ripple effect of you releasing that, helping other people release as well. Because the truth is, like, life can be tricky, right? We have heartbreak, we have moments of connection, we have grieving, we have challenge, we have overwhelm, we have anger, anxiety from life experience, whether it be like grades at school, from my experience in high school, or like a breakup with a partner. These are all things that can add rocks to our jar. And I know for me, and just like you shared here, like talking about it, maybe even like moving your body, maybe writing these things down, finding a way for you that helps release that pressure. But the first thing we got to do is realize that we've got some. But what a series it's been so far, hey? You know, I think when it comes to this series, we've had a lot of play and a lot of jokes, but the episode that we did on shout outs and shouting people out, I think was one of the ones that really tugged on my heartstrings.
Well clip.
So a shout out is simple. It's acknowledging what we see in another person and the qualities that they have that support us, and to let them know the impact that it has on us. And so we've invited a bunch of guests here from the Man Cave to take a seat and ring a few people in their lives to let them know.
Hello.
Hi, Estelle. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I feel like I say I love you all the time, but I don't talk to you about how much you actually mean to me and what you've done to me as a friend. And you don't treat me like I'm different. And, you know, we're reaching 11 years of friendship now, and I'm so thankful that you're in my life. Thank you for being a great friend.
You're definitely somebody who puts a lot of other people first, and you're incredibly hardworking. And yeah, I really love those things about you.
I know you work so hard to help so many people, and I'm so proud of everything that you've achieved and continue to achieve.
James, thank you.
And I just wanted to make sure that you knew that and knew how special you are to a lot of people, but very much to me as well.
You're one of the great blokes, mate. Yep, and I love you, and love to the tribe, and I'll see you soon.
It was just nice to have you get really curious, dude. And
Yeah, of course.
it was just nice to be able to have a chat like that.
Thank you for helping me become the man that I am today, because I'm really proud of the person that I am today, and a lot of that is thanks to you and Dad.
Oh, thank you. Now I have to go back into book club with tears in my eyes.
So wholesome.
So wholesome. Like me and you shooting that day, having people come down, call people and shout them out, and seeing their responses afterwards honestly brought so much warmth to my heart, and just like this deep sense of like appreciation and gratitude. And I just like so important to let the people that we know in our lives know how much we care about them, how much we love them, because you know, whether it be far and few in between, there are people that we can appreciate and love. And what a beautiful gesture to let them know. So that filming for that episode was
So
great.
sweet. And
So sweet.
for me, it was definitely Ben's shout out, especially towards the end when he started getting choked up. You could see the tears coming to the fronts of the eyeballs. Something really beautiful about older men telling other men that they love each other. It's just stunning.
My experience here at the cave and all the things that I've learned over the last 4 or 5 years, actually approaching now, it has the shout out or the acknowledgement or the appreciation, but essentially just like the shout out and the honoring has been one of the most like impactful tools that I have seen create change in the relationships in my life. Whether it be a small gesture of like appreciation or gratitude for the way that people show up, whether big or small, there's so many things that we can acknowledge in the people that we see. And I think that's the magic in it. It's us acknowledging what we see in another person and letting them know. There's something truly special and magical about that, both as a person who's receiving to be seen for the things that we're doing, and that I know for me encourages me to do more of that. But also being able to pass that on, you know, to other people, and having that message shown is, I think, truly special.
Yeah, and you did that for me on the Friday night just gone. We were at the pub saying au revoir to a colleague, and a little later in the night, you came back in and just shared a memory that you and I shared a few years ago that was a really special moment in my life during a hard time, and I think similarly for you. And yeah, to have you, I guess, express your appreciation for our friendship was, one of the highlights of my Friday night, mate. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that that moment in memory for us to share, I just feel like it was one of those like the stars aligned moments, and just like brought us together at a moment where we were both feeling, you know, low and lonely and disconnected. And yeah, that was like really special for us too.
And for me, with a shout out and the framing, the bit around the impact that it has on me. So like shouting someone out, letting them know what they've done for you and what that means to you, how that impacts you, is been the biggest like shift for me. Instead of just being like, hey, Andrew, you're really great because of this. It's like, hey, because you do this, it allows me to be this. That is just so beautiful. It's just like a reflection on myself and the impact you've had on me, as opposed to like, good job on the thing you did. It's like, because you did that thing, I now am able to do this, or I feel this, or I feel inspired, or I feel proud. Love it.
Yeah, love that. It's like the shout out is like the acknowledgement of what we see in a person, and the impact builds connection through what I see, you know?
Well put.
It's like I not only see you as you are, but through what I see, I've built this connection, and you've changed my life, whether it's big or small, in that as well, which I think is just so special. And so it's like really simple. It's like a shout out is just thinking about the people that we have in our life that have qualities that we appreciate, that support us, that impact us in some sort of way, and letting them know both of those things, what we see and how we're impacted. And it's just like we've said here, it's like those little gestures, and even if they're big or small, any little noticing of that, I think, builds and ripples out in ways that we sometimes don't even see. And so, like, gosh, the series has been amazing. It's really been about building social connections. And I want to share like an interesting study that was done quite a while ago that I think builds into this whole journey and why we created this series. And there was a study done by Harvard uh, back in the day during the Great Depression. And this study went for over 80 years and it tracked men over the course of their life, trying to understand what brought them joy, what brought them feelings of happiness. And it's actually the longest study on happiness that's ever been made. And the surprising thing that was shared at the end of this study is that it wasn't money that created happiness. It wasn't their work or their roles or these sort of things. It was actually connection. It was the connections and the relationships that they have that brought the deepest sense of fulfillment in their life. And so this series, these episodes that we co-created together and bring forth to tell a story is to help us build connection and to think about the connections that we have in our life so that we can find that happiness as well. And so if you're sitting, you've made it all the way to the end of this episode, really begin thinking about the relationships that you have, the connections that you have, and how you can keep building on them, because that is actually the true thing that is going to help us towards the path of happiness. And so with that being said, it has been an absolute joy to share this journey with each and every single one of you. And we hope this series has brought a laugh to your face, a smile, a cringe, uncomfortable moment, but also maybe a realization and as well for yourself that happiness comes through connection.
What a sign off. That was beautiful. Well said.
Yeah, you like that?
I bloody love that.
Bloody love that.
Bloody loved it.
How good is that? Well, that's the end of our Caveboy X series on social connection. We hope you can join us again next time as we continue to grow and build more things and share the tools and stories that we have here with you as well. But for now, see you later.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, good friends, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Tomorrow's
Time to go.
but hey, that's okay. 'Cause we'll see you very soon, I know.
Very soon, I know. Goodbye, goodbye.
Hands.
The moon, the bear, and the big blue house will be waiting for you to come and play.
We should do a version of that we sing at the end of every episode.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye.
Wow. Please don't put that in the edit.
Yeah,
That is in the edit.
I think that's got to go in the edit.